In this video, I'm going to cover our exclusive insider portfolio management tool. This, in my opinion, is one of the best management tools out there for tracking your portfolio. And it is definitely one of the big features of being part of Insider that you guys can definitely utilize right away. So within your Insider dashboard, go ahead and click on Portfolio, or you can click on Manage My Portfolio. Either one works. Once you're in, it's going to look a little bit confusing at first, but I'm going to go over each part of this and make this as simple as possible for you guys. Obviously, on the top, you can show things in whatever currency that you want to display. It could be euros, it could be US dollar, it could be Australian dollar, it could be BTC. So that's number one. Number two, right here, it doesn't show you anything, but I will show you. I will get back to that. Also, it displays portfolio history so that you can check over a period of time, like last week, last month, 6 months. It will track your portfolio and show the graph going up, hopefully. It will show your investment allocations. And then here, there's two lists. So the My Investment, this is meant for you guys to put in your actual investments, what you have invested in currently. Now, my watch list works the same way, except this is meant for coins that you may it's kind of like one that you can use to watch certain coins. Say you wanted to watch 10 other coins that you're not sure about, and you're thinking about getting into them. That's what my watch list is for. Okay. Now, for My Investments, this is where you can add. So, for example, you click on Add Investment. So this is a buy because obviously you have nothing right now. You could put in a quantity. So, for example, let's say I bought one Bitcoin. Okay, how much did I pay for it? I'm just going to make this up and say I paid $10,000 for it. When did I buy it? And I will say I bought it on January 1st, and you can make notes for yourself. Okay, once you update that, it will show under Bitcoin. Now, it automatically drops this down, okay, just so you guys know, but it will show the coin that you bought and also show US dollars. So it will show how much you actually spent. Okay, so that's why that shows up. But for Bitcoin, it will show, okay, I purchased one. The value right now is 11,714. I purchased it for 10,000. So I am actually up. Okay. Now this is a little bit different because this shows how much Bitcoin has been up in the last hour, 24 hours, and week. This doesn't necessarily show how much you're up. Okay. That's where this will show you that. So being that one Bitcoin is at 11,714, and you only paid $10,000 for it, you are up $1,700. And this shows your allocation now. You're 100% in Bitcoin. Okay, now the history doesn't show anything right now because I am putting into it now. But over time, that will show your graph go up. Now, let's say many times for many coins, people buy and sell. They don't sell completely and they keep buying, or they cost average down. There's many reasons why you want to have multiple transactions. But for example, let's say in Bitcoin, you can also, before I get to that, let me show you a few things. So we looked at the quantity, the total value, price each, the last hour gain, last hour change, last 24-hour change, and week. And this shows the same thing with US dollars since we have selected US dollars. And you could delete each one off of here. Okay, so now let's look at adding a second transaction. Okay, so with your first buy, you bought one Bitcoin at $10,000. Let's say you bought another Bitcoin. Let's say you buy another one and it costed you first of all, let's make sure that we select US dollars because first of all, you bought Bitcoin in US dollars, right? You got to make sure that you enter the right amount, the right currency here, because if you put in, say, BTC or something else, this will screw up. So let's say you bought the second one at 15,000, okay, which will actually put you in a loss. So let's say you bought it at on January 5th. Okay. So now you have you bought one Bitcoin at 10,000, one Bitcoin at 15,000 with different dates, and it will show that yeah, your value, your Bitcoins are only worth $23,428, but you pay 25,000, so you're actually in the loss. Okay, so this is super convenient. You can put in as many transactions as possible, and this will track it and cost average it for you automatically. And this includes sells too. So for example, let's say you want to sell 0.25 and you collected let's say $5,000. And what did you collect? You collected USD. Okay, and when did you collect that? Let's say you collected it 2 days ago. Okay, so you bought 2 and then you sold a quarter, and that's how much you collected. And now it shows that yeah, you are actually in the profit again. You are up by $500. So this is super convenient in terms of adding every kind of transaction that you have with a specific coin or with different coins. So for example, we just work with Bitcoin. So now let's say you have 10, let's do, drop down and do, let's say Ethereum. How much does it cost you? Let's just, I'm just go pretend and like say it cost me $10,000. You paid in USD and you update. So now you have a Bitcoin, Ethereum. See, now it shows investment allocation changing. You're 34% in Ethereum, 65% Bitcoin. It shows that your profit is now $1,300. So this is super convenient. This is one of a kind. We have not seen other portfolio trackers go this deep in terms of tracking every single transactions that you have made. And yeah, so we feel like this is a great advantage. We encourage all members to utilize this. Obviously, there's different apps. There's different mobile apps, different kind of apps that track this, but we do encourage you guys to use this. Now, one of the things that comes up is when you're buying something on, say, Bittrex or Binance, and you conduct a trade, and sometimes it doesn't always go through because of the changing costs. So for example, even if you put that you want to buy 10 Ethereum at $1,000 each, maybe it buys 5 at 1,000, and then maybe it buys the last 5 at 999 or something like that. So it's up to you to find out the average of each transaction. So if it doesn't complete like how you anticipate, then you suggested that you export out a CSV file or something, right? And look at the average, and then use that average as your buying price. Okay. Otherwise, if you can still enter every single one as a transaction, but it'll just be a lot of work. It's up to you guys how you want to do that. Okay, and that's pretty much it for the portfolio management tool. This is one of the unique things about Insider, so definitely utilize it to your advantage. And just a warning, because of how many members that we have that are continuously refreshing this, we have a delay in place, so sometimes the prices of the coins may be up to 60-minute delayed, but not always. Okay, and that's it for your portfolio management tool.